Captain by a hook with a red beard. Captain by a hook with a red beard.
Yes, sir. The bubble right shirt. Man, please. All about my bread. I like some ham and cheese. You know what it is. Man, Unrivaled. Jumping off. Futures are out. Championship winner. Think about jumping on the Lunar Owls at plus 300. No rhyme nor reason. That's my favorite player. They also Turkey Dog whooping them. Nah, but they're winning 2-0, baby. Lunar Owls, the favorite at plus 300. And it's 3-1. Love it. It's not a favorite of like plus 115 or minus 105. You got Lunar Owls plus 300. Laces plus 375. Laces. No pun intended. Be lacing that thing. Them boy, they got some shooters, man. Caleb McBride be lacing them up. But I like the Lunar Owls. Just overall, the build of the team. Skylar Diggins Smith, Alicia Gray, Nafisha Collier, and more. The Mist plus 425, and then you got the Vinyl plus 450, and then the Rose and the Phantom, both at plus 650. I feel sorry for the Phantom. 5-on-5, great lineup. 3-on-3, horrible lineup. You got Sabrina Ionescu, Natasha Cloud, and a bunch of bigs. There's some liabilities on the defensive end. But I'm gonna go ahead and throw this 3-1 down on the Lunar Owls. Oh yeah. I'll give it out now. I'll also give it out again on Friday. I'm gonna go Mist minus 2.5 over the Phantom. Phantom lost the first game by 40. Lost the second game somewhere between 12 and 15. Give me the Mist minus the 2.5 there. Haven't decided on the late game yet. I do like the Laces. I like both the favorites. Minus 135 on the money line. You can get them. Might even be a fun little parlay. I can't remember who's on the Vinyl though. That's the one team that's like still learning the teams. Of course, got about 4 or 5 of the teams down where I know exactly who's on the squad. Yeah, I think I'm gonna fade the Phantom this week, and we're gonna go a Lunar Owls 3-1 to win it all. But man, let's get to some college hoops. Some huge. Oh, I'll get there in a second. We're gonna talk some Arkansas basketball. Some Arkansas. The whole universe, and by whole universe, what I see on X, which let's be honest, a bunch of damn fools. Some fool's gold on X, baby. Everybody's got an opinion, and everybody is correct. Hey, I guess what makes my opinion any better? We'll talk Arkansas, what the Boogie Flan injury means to me, and if there's any way we can profit. It's Captain by a Hook, baby, with the red beard. Presented by Stare It Down Sports. Stare Down Greatness. I'm Rowan Donaghy, a.k.a. Rowan Dobbs, going live on a spectacular Winter Wonderland. It is the 22nd of January, and there's snow as far as the eye can see. And the dirty the third coast, the south side, South Seal for Leo. Let them know, baby. I'm trying. Trying to tell them. But anyway, man, great Super Tuesday. We will recap that as well in a second. But I want to start off here talking a boogie flan. A boogie flan. Boogie flan and Arkansas. I don't know the exact injury, but I do know the extent of the injury. Hand out for the season. The average fan who doesn't know anything about basketball, they just know Boogie Flan's our top scorer, man. He's out now. We already stink. We're going to stink even more. I don't know why that's my impersonation of an Arkansas fan. Because it's probably more like, goddamn, up in there, Boogie Flan, goddamn, broke his hand. You know we're going to be trash now. I said, you know we're going to be trash now. I don't know. Good morning, baby. It's a morning show. But no, all jokes aside, Boogie Flan, don't take this personal. Tremendous talent. Tremendous talent. Excellent skill. One-on-one. I'd put some money on you. Like, I'd have you back. I got my money on Boogie. Also, if we was at the park, yeah, let me get a Boogie Flan back there. The only problem I have with Boogie Flan, and this isn't a knock to him at all, he's young. Coaching. John Calipari gave him the green light when it should be yellow. John Calipari did not install an offense on this team. I think he looked at it and said, y'all are good enough to figure it out on your own. I'm just going to show up, scream and point, put on a burgundy suit, and get paid. Injustice to all players involved. But let me say this. The Arkansas Razorbacks, in my opinion, have a top 3 point guard in the nation. Not Boogie Flan. They have a kid who all season has been delegated to sitting in the corner as if he was a 37-year-old Mike Miller, 39-year-old James Jones. And I believe, and I've been screaming it to the masses, if Calipari puts the ball in this kid's hands, they'll start winning. Now, John Calipari isn't smart enough to realize it, but now, maybe, just maybe, he'll be forced to. John L. Davis took Florida Atlantic to the Final Four 2 seasons ago. Got him back into the tournament last season. Transfers to Arkansas. And Calipari says, I know nothing. Go sit your ass in the corner. We're going to let a freshman Boogie Flan run the show. With no offense. I haven't seen Arkansas run a set all season. My biggest fear is that Calipari is still, excuse my language, too stupid. I know it's not a bad word. It just feels wrong calling somebody stupid. I fear, excuse my language, John Calipari is too stupid still with the Boogie Flan injury to give John L. Davis the reins. I fear we're going to see DJ Wagner take over the one-on-one pass never basketball that Boogie Flan was playing. It's not Boogie Flan's fault. Coach is supposed to step in and coach. Hey, freshman, get off the rock. I'm sure what happened was over the summer, one-on-one drills, Boogie Flan was cooking. And John Calipari said, this guy's cool. He's good. I guarantee this. And I stamp it, and I promise, and I know basketball. If John Calipari, and I mean, what do you have to lose? You're 0-5 in conference play. Just lost by 20-something to Missouri. What the hell do you have to lose? Give the ball to John L. Davis. Let him run the damn point. And I guarantee, I promise, we will see a winning streak in Arkansas. And I know smart people agree. What do you mean you know smart people agree? Rowan Dobbs? Well, Arkansas. They're playing Georgia tonight. Arkansas, is a favorite with quote-unquote their best player out for the season. I'm telling you, people that know the sport know there's a chance John L. Davis runs the point, and if that happens, we're about to see Arkansas go on a winning streak that'll make the entire state scream, silly. We never had a doubt in these Razorbacks. Anyway, with that being said, I'm going to take Arkansas plus 220 to make the tournament. And I'm going to cross my fingers that John Calipari, with his back up against the wall, gives the ball to his senior point guard, who's good enough to carry this team, honestly, to the Sweet 16 if he lets them. So, Cal, I hope you're listening, but I know you're not. Because even if you heard me, I don't think it'll register. Too busy counting coins up in that noggin to coach a basketball team. Give the ball to John L. Davis and let Arkansas be great. Mark my words. If Davis is running the point, Arkansas is winning at minimum 5 in a row. Shout out to Ezekiel Ichiro, CC Serbathia, and Billy Bleepin Wagner. That is this year's Hall of Fame, baby. How you like that, huh? Go from a 9-minute rant on Arkansas to the Baseball Hall of Fame. Just my 2 cents. Manny Ramirez, Andrew Jones. They deserve to be in the damn Hall of Fame. That's just my 2 cents. Let's recap last night, man. Recap it. Bunch of blowouts, but there were a few good games. It's captained by a hook, baby, with the red beard. Iowa State took on Central Florida. Iowa State coming off their first Big 12 loss. They said ain't no way in HE double hockey sticks. We losing this one. Jefferson, not Justin Jefferson, Joshua Jefferson. 30.7 boards for Iowa State. They win 108-83. Alabama now 5-1 in SEC play, working up the ladder. Double for Deobate. 22 points, 10 rebounds. Alabama, Auburn. Mark your damn calendars. 103-87 win for Alabama over the house that Vanderbilt. Tennessee, 68-56. They hold Mississippi State to 16 first half points, and they scored 34 in each half. Tennessee with the 68-56 win. Marquette, I call them Quetta. They took on Seton Hall last night. I was trying to think of a joke. Marquette, 76, Seton Hall. Something like Seton Hall. We'll Seton you later. Because they lost. Seton you. Seton, 59-76. Marquette, 7-1 now in the Big East play. Ohio State, shocker alert. Upset. Purdue-ski, the Boilermakers, double-digit lead at halftime. It don't matter. Ohio State comes roaring back. 73-70. Huge win for the Buckeyes. Purdue, 7-2 in Big Ten play. They got to hold on to win that game, man. But hey, if you listened to the show yesterday, Ohio State plus 10. Oregon, good, not great. They beat Washington 82-71. The mighty Bruins of UCLA. Mick Cronin, maybe, finally, getting through these kids' heads. UCLA with the 85-83 victory over Wisconsin. Wisconsin made a run late, but it wasn't enough. I think UCLA was up like 6 with 2 minutes left. End up barely sneaking by. UConn, baby. Talk about delusional. Dan Hurley told the ref, quote, "Don't turn your back on me. I'm the best bleeping coach in the sport." Correction. You've had the best team the last 2 seasons in this sport, and you've shown this season you are not the best coach in this sport. Without maybe the best big man college basketball has ever seen in Klingon, without a wing that's a guaranteed first rounder in Hawkins or Castle, and without dogs like Cam Spencer, Tristan Newton, and Jackson, you are merely a good Big East coach. I mean, he's a good coach. They're 14-5. They're 6-2 in Big East. He's a good Big East coach. But the best in the sport might be top 20. 80-78 overtime victory for the low UConn Huskies. 13.5-point favorites. Barely get away with the win at home against Butler. Butler's 8-7, 8-11. 1-7 in Big East play, by the way. UConn should have lost that thing. And if you know the show, I have tooted Dan Hurley's horn as much as possible the last few seasons. I've probably made enough money off of UConn and Dan Hurley. I wouldn't say to retire, but I can definitely put a tree house in the backyard and still, I don't know. Dan Hurley's not the best coach. I've seen better. It's easy to call yourself the best when you got talent like you've had. Anyway, Rick Pitino's doing some amazing things over at St. John's with a lot less. Texas 61-53. Who gives a hot ham? Hey, they beat Missouri 22 in the nation. Missouri falls to Texas. Texas, they need to turn it into something. 2-4 in SEC play, 13-6. Rodney Terry, rooting for you, big dog. West Virginia, they fall to 4-3 in Big 12. The Mountaineers open as 6.5-point favorites. I said I like it. By the time I got to it again, it was 9.5 points. I said somebody tripping. Arizona State wins outright 65-57. The books toasting champagne to all the West Virginia bettors. Pat bleeping Kelsey. He came to Louisville, a team that's won like, I don't know, don't quote me, 3 games in the last 3 years. 8-1 now in ACC play. The Louisville Cardinals are the real deal, like Floyd Henderson and Lewis Hines. Louisville 98-73 victory over SMU. Your boy Smith, Rain Smith, 30 points in the win for the Cardinals. My dog Rax, well, it's gravy, baby. Texas Tech 81, Cincinnati 71. Texas Tech with a huge road win. Man, the ceiling was high for Cincinnati. They did some remodeling. They said, we don't want the 2 stories. Just give us the bottom floor. 2-5 now in Big 12 play. Cincinnati, disappointing thus far. Virginia, they get the win over Boston College, and not one person in the world cares. Dayton, looking to make some noise, moved to 3-3 now in A10 play. This Dayton team was supposed to be pretty good. Hopefully, last night they find their groove again. Dayton 82-62 win over Duquesne. Enoch Cheeks. It's a crazy name to say fast. Enoch Cheeks. 23 points in the win for Dayton. St. Joseph's, baby. 78-61 over Davidson. Man, please. Great Super Tuesday. How about Arizona? Came into conference play, everybody was worried about him. Caleb Love is trash. His team hate him. The coaches hate him. The fans hate him. 6-1 now in Big 12 play, running amok over Oklahoma State last night, 92-78. And the kid that everybody hates, Caleb Love, 27 points in the victory. How about Wake Forest? Everybody thinks Duke's running away with the ACC, and they might. You got Louisville at 8-1. You got Wake Forest at 7-1. North Carolina loses a huge game last night. They fall to 5-3 in ACC play, 12-8 overall. North Carolina, take your shirt off, or whip it around your head like a helicopter. Lost by 1, 67-66. The madness is among us. Minnesota slowly becoming the team I hate the most. They beat Iowa last night 72-67. Minnesota now 2-6 in Big Ten play, 10-9 on the season. Starting to hate them. Wyoming upsets the running Rebels of Las Vegas. UNLV 63-61, and Birmingham Young. How about Colorado? Colorado 0-7. That's what the O's for. Colorado 0-7 in Big 12 play, 83-67. Just a horrible loss last night at home in Colorado. And then Creighton, maybe the hottest team in the Big East. They're now 6-2 in the Big East. Talked about them yesterday. If I was going to make any bet in the Big East yesterday, I already got Marquette from months ago. If you were listening, you do too. Creighton was plus 850 yesterday. I haven't looked today, but they're 6-2 now, right behind the likes of Marquette and right up there with the likes of UConn. and St. John's. But man, amazing, amazing Super Tuesday. But somehow, this Wednesday slate, oh boy, almost got 8 bets for you. I'm just going to go through the slate. I ended up on 6 of them things. But we're going to talk about all these other games because they are some fun ones in the sport. Man, Captain by a hook, baby. Rocking and rolling on a Wednesday in a winter wonderland in the dirty third coast representing. Love it, man. Start at the top of this list. Sorry, I got so many bets. Just got coffee all in my mustache too. This is a game I've been adding to my bet slip, taking out my bet slip, adding, taking out. I'm just gonna preview it. St. John's hosting Xavier. This thing has gone from 8.5 to 7.5, back to 8.5. St. John's minus 8.5 at home. Definitely the bet I would make. Uh, Sean Miller in the game for Xavier. Terrified to bet against them. Excuse me. Only reason I took this off my bet slip is because I got so many bets. I just hate betting 8 games. I got it down to 6. This just happened to be one of the ones I took off. St. John's minus 8.5 though. Absolutely love that bet. Big Ten, Indiana on the road taking on Northwestern. Indiana plus 6.5 has to be a joke. Even if Northwestern wins, they damn sure ain't covering 6.5. This is going to be a 1 to 3 point game unless Indiana blows them out. Give me Indiana plus the 6.5. Johnny Dang, not the real Johnny Dang, but salute, shout out to Johnny Dang, baby, doing the dang thing. Florida, baby, talking SEC basketball, taking on South Carolina. Florida were 10.5 point favorites when I started, now 11.5 point favorites. If I had to bet this game, I would still lay the points with Florida, but South Carolina at home, very, very dangerous. You got the Orangemen of Syracuse. They're taking on Clemson. Clemson at home minus 14.5. Y'all know me. If I had to bet this thing, give me Syracuse plus the points. 14.5 feels like way too much. I think Clemson wins this by 8 to 12. Syracuse plus 14.5 if you got to bet it. Georgia Tech minus 5.5 at home against Virginia Tech. I like Georgia Tech. Don't like them with the points. Minus 235 on the money line. I think Georgia Tech wins this thing. I don't know how much. 5.5 just feels like a lot. My number for this game is like 2.3, 2.5. Holy Cross and Army. Man, I'm not gonna lie. Y'all be asking about games. I just scroll by. It's minus 110 either way. Might as well just flip a coin. I can't argue against Holy Cross. Can't argue against Army. 2 teams I would never bet on. I'll just say that. I'd rather put that money in a piggy bank. Let it grow some interest. But hey, do your damn thing, a big dog. Uh, where was we at? North Texas taking on Temple, the North Texas Mean Green basketball playing machine. North Texas minus 9 in the hook over Temple. Definitely think North Texas wins. My number's around 6. I would not lay the 9.5, but I do like North Texas to win it. Boise State taking on Colorado State. Boise State, I do get that this is the Mountain West. Boise State minus 105 on the money line. Definitely a look for me. They are head and shoulders better than Colorado State. It's just tough to take Mountain West teams on the road, but I would bet Boise State tonight. USC, South Carolina, baby. Eric Musselman in the gang. They're taking on one of my favorite teams this season. The sad part, this team has been pretty trash the last 2 weeks since conference play. But Nebraska laying 5.5, definitely a strong lean for me there. Nebraska getting back on track at home against USC. Nebraska minus the 5 and the hook. I like it and I love it. Kansas State double-digit dogs on the road taking on Baylor. Baylor minus 11.5 or Nathan. Nothing. Nada for me in that game. Would lay it with the home team if I had to. Florida State traveling all the way to California. California plus 110 on the money line at home. Man, I couldn't bet this game either, no matter how much you wanted me to. Do like Florida State though, just because California's been struggling. But man, that's a long flight from Florida State to California. And then Miami taking on Stanford. Stanford as double-digit favorites. I know the floor has fallen in Miami, but man, still don't think Stanford is the team that beats them by double digits. Now let's get to these hot ham bets. Hot off the press. It's captained by a hook, baby, with the red beard. Presented by Stare Down Sports. Stare Down Greatness. Got six of them things. Six of them things for you. I'm going to start with the late game. 9 o'clock Mountain West tip-off. San Diego State taking on Air Force. San Diego State coming off of a horrible loss. San Diego State on the road. San Diego State minus 12 and a hook. Some people say I bet San Diego State too much. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Give me San Diego State tonight, laying the 12.5. Keep it in the Mount West. You say Nevada, I say Nevada. They're taking on Utah State, another team coming off of a tough loss. Utah State at home, minus 6.5. One of my favorite bets tonight. I like Utah State by double digits. SEC. This is going to be a instant classic. Texas A&M on the road down there on the snowy Mississippi. Oh, Mississippi, baby. Old Miss laying 3.5 at home. I'm going to be honest. I wish this was 2.5 or 1.5. But I'm going to do it, and I'm going to lay the 3.5 with Chris Beard in the gang. I've been high on Old Miss all season. Definitely not jumping off of the bandwagon. Now, give me Old Miss minus 3 and a hook. Keep it in the SEC. If you caught the show, I did a 10-minute rant on how Arkansas might be back. Still a lot to prove, and I would still have to see if John Calipari's smart enough to do what I told him to do. Give the ball to John L. Davis and shut the hell up. Arkansas, first game after Boogie Flan's injury. I think they go on a winning streak because I think he was the problem, along with the coach. Listen to the rant. I'm not blaming Boogie. I'm blaming the coach. Anyway, Arkansas minus 1.5 at home. Taking on Georgia. Georgia's been very tough this year. That is how I know. I know I'm right. Arkansas should probably be 6-point dogs, but they're favorited, and I'm going to jump on it. Moneyline minus 125 if you're scared to lay the 1.5. Arkansas minus 1.5, baby. And then let's jump over to the Big 12. Powerhouse. Kansas on the road tonight taking on Texas Christian, the Horned Frogs. Give me the Jayhawks on the road laying 6.5. Think Kansas wins this by 9 or more. My number would be 8.5, 9.5. Probably would be 10.5 is where I probably don't bet it. Still betting 8.5, 9.5. I have to think about it. 6.5 is an automatic bet. Give me Kansas minus 6 and the hook over TCU. So we're going San Diego State minus 12.5 Utah State minus 6.5. Old Mississippi minus 3.5. Arkansas minus 1.5. And Kansas minus 6.5. And now for the best bet of the damn day. I need somebody, anybody, hit me with the horn. Man, shout out to Mike Lowry. Franklin, Earl, Beardwinaton. Put his name on the screen and the kid goes 1-0. Shout out to Frank. Best bet of the damn day. We're laying a heavy favorite in the Big 12. The Utah Utes taking on H-Time, Houston. At home in Houston, 3rd Ward, going hard. Give me them Cougars of Houston minus 19.5. This thing's going to get ugly. I like Houston to win by 27 or more. Shout out to Johnny Dang. I appreciate you. Big dog. Houston minus 19.5 is the best bet of the damn day. It's Captain by a Hook with the red beard. I'm Rowan Donaghy, a.k.a. Rowan Dobbs. Presented by Stare Down Sports. Stare Down Greatness. Just to recap these things one more time. San Diego State minus 12.5. Utah State minus 6.5. Some Mountain West action for you. Old Mississippi minus 3.5. Arkansas minus 1 and the hook. Kansas minus 6 and the hook. And then Frank's best bet of the damn day. Houston minus 19.5. It's either going to be a great day or not. Either way, I'll see you guys mañana. Tomorrow, baby. Thursday. We'll be 7 Thursdays away from the madness tipping off. So tomorrow, we're going to start diving in analytically to teams we know will be in. Probably be starting off with the big dogs, the Auburns, the Dukes. The teams that for sure are already in. As we get closer to March, we'll be touching on the little people. I don't like to think of any people as little people, but you get what I mean. You get what I'm saying. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the love. And thank you for the support. It's Captain by a Hook with the red beard, presented by Stare Down Sports. Stare Down Greatness. I'm Rowan Donaghy, a.k.a. Rowan Dobbs, going live on a fantastic Wednesday. It's the 22nd of January. Please take all of these wagers at your own risk, and please gamble responsibly. Dobbs.